Hi guys, I get asked all the time to make a video on cheap vegan meal ideas, so here we go, let's jump right in. But first of all, let's get into the staples. Oats, beans, rice, and other grains, pastas, and potatoes are great staples because not only are they really cheap, they're high in calories and very filling. Buy in bulk whenever you can to save on food costs, and if you're looking to buy organic but can't always afford to get organic, focus on the Clean 15 versus the Dirty Dozen. You can look this up online and I'll put a chart below in the description box for you to check out. So when you're making decisions on what to afford and spend the money on organic and what to save money on and not as important to buy organic, you can look at these charts, which makes it clear and easy and simply laid out for you to know what is most important and what is more likely to be safe when not buying organic. Another thing is buying in season. Not only is this better for the environment because of food shipping all across the world, but it saves you money too. So instead of buying fresh berries in the winter when it can be double the cost because it's shipped all across the world, focus on buying the fresh berries in the summertime where it's more likely to be local where you live and it's cheaper. So that's just one example, and buying in season can be really helpful to save you money, and not only is it better for the environment, but it tastes better too. Buy what's on sale. I know that's an obvious one, but focus on the price tags when you're looking around in the produce department and the food items that you're looking on. Grocery stores are constantly shifting what's on sale based on what deals they get that week and that month, so keep your eye out for the sales and just eat more of those produce items or those plant food items when they're on sale. And an important one is to avoid eating out. I know it's really fun to eat out, but keeping that to a minimum will save you a lot of money because eating out really eats away at your food costs. Focus on simple meals at home, and when you make large meals that'll have leftovers, it's a easy way for you to save money, especially if the staple of those meals is one of those bulk staple items that I mentioned earlier, like oats, beans, rice, potatoes, and pasta. Another one is to avoid buying bottled drinks. Bottled drink costs have little calories, often don't have very much nutritional value, but they're quite expensive. Focus on making more whole plant foods because that's going to save you a lot of money. So a great example for you to save money is a recipe like a burrito bowl. You're going to start with your base of your high calorie staples that are low in cost, like rice and beans, and then you can add whatever extra cost you have to add all those yummy fixings on top. So you can add store-bought salsa or fresh salsa if tomatoes are on sale and in season where you are, and depending on where you live, if you have access to local avocados, those can be really affordable, and if not, hummus or making some kind of seed-based or tahini-based sauce to go on top of that can be really yummy, and whatever chopped veggies or steamed veggies you can add on top, like some diced lettuce or some steamed broccoli. Adding that all together makes a nutritious meal that is low in cost. So starting with your base of the high-calorie plant foods, the staple foods, makes it easier for you to build from there whatever you can afford to add on, whatever produce is in season and local where you are, or just on sale and that you have an easy time getting, to add that on top to make it a super delicious burrito bowl. And I wanted to share with you a few other cheap vegan recipes that you can get jump started on. One recipe that we've been really into lately is pancakes. Pancakes can actually be super affordable and nutritious. Andrew makes great pancakes, and here's a really simple recipe for you. Okay, next, a trick to make cheap smoothies is to focus on bananas, because bananas are often very cheap and high in calories, and sometimes they'll even have a sale if they have overripe ones. You can even ask to get a discount if you buy a whole box sometimes, depending on the grocery store. And then whatever ripens faster than you can eat, you can freeze them, because often foods like frozen berries and frozen mango can be quite expensive depending on where you are. So you can make a smoothie where you have half fresh and half frozen bananas that tastes really good when you add some healthy fats to it. And the cheapest healthy fat that you can add to a smoothie would be like peanut butter. So if you add peanut butter, banana, and if you have a chance to get some dates that are affordable to you depending on where you live, Adding that all together with some kale or spinach or whatever nutrient-dense greens you can get your hands on that are affordable to you, blend that all together with some water, and it makes a cheap and filling smoothie for you. Lastly, here's a soup recipe. Soups can be quite filling if you add those nutrient-dense and high-calorie cheap staples like lentils or grains. Now, for this barley soup, you can even add some lentils or beans to it as well. And one thing to keep in mind with beans is to buy them dried, not canned. That will save you so much money. You can get a large bin of beans for a significantly cheaper price than if you were to buy the equivalent amount of beans in canned version. So we found the easiest way to cook beans is to cook them in a pressure cooker, and I've known some people who've been able to find some really cheap pressure cookers at secondhand thrift stores like Goodwill or other places like that if you don't have a pressure cooker yet. But that's a great way to cook dried beans, and it'll save you so much money. So here's a barley soup recipe for you that's really delicious, simple, and cheap. Alright, so I hope you find these recipes helpful, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next week's video. How do you like my deck? It's starting to come along. Got an outdoor rug, some aloe vera, we got some basil. I'm also going to get probably a bigger deck planter box to put some kale and other greens on the deck, so that way it's easier for quick harvest when I want to grab some kale instead of going down to the garden when it's raining. And I'm just excited to be getting this deck finally into the space.